Hey girls, it's Alexia here at AMI Clubwear. Welcome spring. We are so excited. Springtime has just begun and the weather is warming up. Hopefully, wherever you are, we're here in SoCal. It's kind of warm all year long. Sorry to brag, but we're super excited for beach weather and pool weather. And whether or not you're going to be chilling at the pool or beach where you live, or you're going on vacation, you're going to want to be able to have a super cute and practical hairstyle to keep your hair out of your face, but super chic. So we're going to show you 3 different hairstyles today that all incorporate braids, which are super popular for this summer and spring season coming up. So definitely stay tuned because we have some adorable hairstyles to show you.
So like Alexia said, today what we're going to do is we're going to show you 3 different hairstyles you can wear to the pool, to the beach, anywhere that you kind of want to rock some type of braid. The first one that we're going to do does incorporate a part. So Alexia parts her hair to the right, so that's why we're going to have hers go to that side of her part. But whatever way your hair parts, if you part it down the middle, to the left or to the right, you could do it that way. What you're going to need for this hairstyle is some basic bobby pins, a comb, and a brush just to comb out your hair if you need it. You can use hairspray or you can ditch it. It just depends on how you want it to look at the end. So I do have hairspray handy for me to use if I find that I need it throughout the hairstyle. Okay, so in your first step, your hair is gonna be parted whichever way you part it, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your hair and you're gonna take 3 different sections. So you're gonna go, this can be however you want it, doesn't have to be perfect, but for her I'm just gonna start breaking it up where I want it. So one part, this can be just wherever your part ends. Another part, I want a little bit more here. Okay, so now what you'll have is 3 different sections of hair. So we have her section in the front, her section in the middle, and her section in the back. You can move the back part to this side just so you don't get it mixed up. And then also one part that I missed, you do want to have handy. I have mine in this little cup just so that I don't lose them. Just little hair ties, they're the clear ones. You can get these at any beauty supply, but you want to use these so that way you don't see them, a big hair tie in your hair. So just use the clear ones. Just start a braid, it's a normal braid. So to braid, you do 3 sections and you just start crisscrossing them. And you're just gonna braid this all the way down. And now depending on your hair, if you do have layers, you are gonna be left with some hair that you can't braid, which is fine. And then you have 1 braid. So that's the first one. Then you do the second one. So now for the third one, which is on this side, you want this one to be a really loose braid. So I'm not, on the other ones I was kind of tightening it as I'm going. On this one, I want it to be really loose because I'm going to gather it on the other side. So I don't want it to be very tight. Again, I want hers to be a little bit messy. So that's the reason I'm kind of leaving it that way. So now at this point you'll have 3 different braids. So we have this one, her middle one, and over here. Now what you're gonna do, and again you can play with this at the end. I don't really like to touch the crown back here until after I'm finished with the braid on this side. So then I'm gonna take it, and basically what you're gonna do now is just braid them together. So like you're doing 1 normal braid. Here's out. And now you're left with this, and again we're gonna fix all of this after. So then you have something like this, and now you want to start pulling it. So there's no like rhyme or reason to this. I'm literally just going in and pulling it where I want it to be thicker. So you can kind of pull it in the middle, and again they're all tied together at the end, so you don't have to worry about it coming apart. And again, I want hers to be a little bit messy, so as I'm pulling, I'm rubbing my fingers on the hair because I want it to be more of a messy look. So now you're left with something like this. So So it's a really simple braid. We just basically took 3 different braids and we braided them all into one, and then we pulled them out, kind of made it a little bit messier. And also what you can do, since I left these pieces out, the reason I left them out was because you can add a little flower crown to here, and you can also add volume to her hair. You just take your comb, any simple comb with an end like this, and kind of start lifting her hair a little bit, just wherever you want a little bit more volume. Again, there's no tease in it, it's just a really basic kind of hairstyle. So then at this point, this is the finished hair look. You can either leave it like this, or you can kind of spruce up the look with a flower crown or any type of headband. I have a flower crown handy, so that's what I'm gonna use. And that's why I left out these 2 pieces. You can leave it like this, you can leave your hair, your front pieces out and leave it like that, but the reason why I did it was because I want to put a headband right here behind her bangs. So yeah, that's just another way that you can do the look. If you wanted, you could do an even smaller one, but like I said, I had a flower crown handy, so I just kind of added it to it just for a little bit more color to the hair. But again, you can wear it as it was. So now for this one, what I want to do is I'm going to add a little bit of volume to the crown of her hair. This one's going to be more of a ponytail, but we're going to spruce it up a bit with just a couple easy steps. And then again, you could use hairspray for this if you were going out or you wanted it to stay, but again, she would be wearing this to the beach or to the pool, so the messier the better in my opinion. That's just my personal preference, so that's how I'm going to do it today for her. Section out enough hair to make 2 little braids right in the front. I recommend that you make your sections right behind the ear. That's like my guideline. So as you can see, I do it right down to her ear. That's just my personal preference. But again, however you want it to frame your face, do it whatever works best for you. So I'm doing the same repeated step to both sides. So that's why I wanted volume to it, because I don't want it to be flat. It's not meant to be flat. You want a little bit of volume. So now you're left with the ponytail in the back. Simple, basic ponytail. Again, we don't want it perfect. I'm going to come to the front, and I'm going to make the same thing that we did kind of last time. I just want, and again, you can do this down the middle. You can part your hair to the left. However, she parts her hair to the right. That's why I'm doing it that way. And I'm just doing, again, a basic braid. So you can do this tight or you can do it loose. It's just however you want it, do it that way. We're going to do the same thing to this side, just make a little braid. So now you're left like this. Again, it looks a little funny, but we're going to fix that. So then this is the part where we're going to kind of spruce it up. So now what I have right here is I just kind of wiggled my fingers and I created a little hole because I'm going to push the ponytail through that hole. So you make a space and you just start feeding your ponytail through that space. You might get some loose hairs, but that's okay. Again, we can fix it. So then you're left with something like that. And then you can just tighten it. So now, once you have that, now we're gonna take the braids. Now what I like to do, if I ever do a braid in the front, I like to take 2 fingers or a finger or 2 length, and I push down on the braid here, because if I just bring it back like this, see that? You're gonna get a bump, and we don't want that. So in order to smooth it out, I put 2 fingers here and I wrap the braid more around my finger. So see that? It automatically does it for you. So it makes it a lot easier and it makes it a lot quicker for you rather than sitting there and trying to fix it with hairspray and bobby pins. This way is just way faster. So then if you're gonna turn back around, see the braid, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna push it through. Now you can see we have one side done. Now you're going to do the same thing. Take 2 fingers, push them down, and turn your hair over that way. Because again, you can manage a way without it, but if you do, it makes it a little bit harder. And then you're going to just push it through the ponytail. So the reason I prefer the clear little rubber bands is because at this point you're going to have these little strands of hair. Those are the strands of hair either that we missed in the ponytail or that came from her braids. So the reason why I like these is because, as you can see, her hair is long, so it's going to hide it. So I just take one of the clear little bands and I group those hairs together and I just add her hair to her ponytail. So it hides it. Yeah. Then as you can see on this one, it is a little bit more, you can also wear this out to like a date night because it is a little bit more fancy, but just by adding the little bit of a detail to the ponytail and the braids, it's a really simple and quick way to spruce up a simple ponytail and braids. So for the last and final braid look, what we're going to do is we're going to create a fishtail braid. Now for this one, it's going to be more of a slick back look. So you're going to start by brushing your hair back. Now for this, I recommend a strong hairspray, or you can do it messy, however you prefer it to look. But for hers, I'm going to use a little bit of a stronger hairspray because I want it to be slick back. So as you can see, I go section by section and add the hairspray that way versus getting it in a ponytail and then putting a bunch of hairspray because it won't smooth it out the way that I want it. We are going to add more hairspray at the end, but just by doing section by section, it does make it a little bit faster and easier. And don't be intimidated by any of these hairstyles or think that they're going to take a very long time. It's just taking me a little while because I'm explaining every step to you guys. But when you're doing it on yourself, it honestly only takes 4 to 5 minutes. It's really quick. So now for a fishtail, and it's not like a normal braid. The normal braid, you section your hair off in 3 sections. For this braid, you section it off in 2. So you're gonna go 2 big sections of hair. Now, this is the part that people get a little bit confused, but once you get the hang of it, it's really easy. So now you're going to take, I like to start with my right because I'm a righty, so it makes it easy for me. You go to one end of the hair, you pull out a piece of hair, and you cross it over. Now you grab it on this side, then you're going to do the same thing to the other side. Grab a piece of hair, cross it over. So the one thing you want to keep in mind when you're doing this is basically what we're doing throughout her whole ponytail is creating X's right down the middle of that ponytail. So you're going to do the same thing. It's just a back and forth motion. So you grab a piece, throw it over. Make sure whatever piece you pull and take to the other side, you keep it on that side. That's kind of the tricky part because if you lose the pieces, then you're not creating the fish tail. You can see I take one piece to the next side, but I don't lose the hair. So that's the key point you want to remember. Just don't let go of the hair, of the sections, because once you let go of the sections, that's how you lose the fishtail. I know a lot of times when I'm trying to show people how to do it, that's the biggest mistake they make, is they lose track of the strands section by section, and then it just becomes a normal braid. It does take some time to get the hang of, but once you do, you can do it pretty quickly.
Alright ladies, so thank you so much to Candace Renee for showing us all the different hairstyles. She's very talented, as you can see. It's really easy. We're just taking the time to explain each step to you guys, but once you are at home in front of your mirror and you see the video, you're gonna totally know what to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed the styles. Please leave any comments or questions in the box below. Definitely be sure to follow us on all of our social media. So our Instagram and Twitter handle is @AMI Clubwear. I'll see you next time. Mwah!